But we're here to talk about the ratings that have come in for the first half of March Madness. And the ratings are good. I mean, really, really good. 32-year high. While NBA ratings continue to go in the toilet. So let's look at it. WNBA ratings through the roof. Why? They got a stud. March Madness ratings through the roof. Why? A lot of reasons, one of which is we just like it. NBA ratings in the toilet. Why? I'll tell you why. Because, well, they're unlikable. I like this time of year because we got NCAA, we got the Masters, and, of course, the NBA playoffs. I like it, but a lot of people don't put that third one in there. Let's look at the numbers as they came in from Nielsen through the first two rounds. The NCAA tournament is averaging 9.4 million viewers per game across CBS, TNT, TBS, and True TV, marking the highest average attended audience through the round of 32 since 1993. Man, according to Nielsen ratings, 1993, Duke was going for back-to-back. We were really good. Kentucky, Michigan had the Fab Five. It was pretty good. The regular season mattered more back then for whatever the reason. It's pretty damn good. And you got to give 1993 credit. There was no fantasy and there was no, wait for it, online betting. Look, I don't care who you are or what you do. You put the NCAA tournament on national TV and you allow states like Indiana, you allow guys in states like Indiana to go for my phone and bet, whew, we're down to clown, as my friend Jason Allen Hammer would say, after a record-breaking opening day. The first round finished with 8.8 million viewers per game. That's up 2% from last year, marking the highest ever for the tournament under its traditional opening format of Thursday to Friday. Second round games, Saturday and Sunday, averaged 10.2 million viewers, up 3% from last year, the most watched round of 32 since 2017. That's pretty good. You know, you can tell me all you want about college basketball's dead or dying, and I'll believe it, but you can't tell me that March Madness is. And if I'm looking at those numbers and I am in charge of college basketball, specifically the NCAA tournament, I have two questions. One, do I keep it as is? Because it appears we're surging a little bit. Or two, do I take a risk, try to enhance it, add more games, add more teams, expand the tournament, and ride this wave? Give myself another weekend of monster ratings, which means, you know what it means, cash. And let's be honest, little cash strapped these schools are as soon as they got to pay $22 million each in revenue sharing to student athletes per the courts. This is why you are seeing such discussion about expansion of the tournament. Expansion of the tournament means another weekend, and it means ratings, and it means cash. Everybody's going to bitch, or a lot of people are, not me. I like watching that. But people are going to say, well, I don't want that. And then they're going to watch. I don't need that in my life. And then they're going to click on. You watch. This tournament will be expanded, and it will be successful. It's idiot-proof, as Bill has said. Reason people like college basketball, dramatic upsets and unpredictability. We did not have that this year. But as you're going to see, it's not the only reason people like college basketball. Sure, we like it. But I go back to what Colin Cowherd said. We want to see Mercer beat Duke in the first round. But on Saturday, we really want to see Duke play Michigan State, not Mercer play Michigan State, unless, of course, it's a lovable thing. I got to tell you, I wanted to watch Florida Atlantic in the Final Four just because of Dusty May. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people didn't watch. I don't agree. Storied coaches and programs. I've always said this. The NBA is about the players. Think about the NBA, the commercials. They're all about the players. You build stars in the yes, Michael Jordan was the best basketball player, he and Kareem, that I've ever seen. But then you add his Spike Lee commercials, and now you're iconic across young, old, black, white, fan, non-fan, disinterested becomes interested. You got everybody involved. That's what the NBA has always been. College has always been about the program and the coach. I call it professional wrestling. Dean Smith, the maestro, the general, Bobby Knight, the professor. And I credit Dick Vitale for that. I do. Dick Vitale made the coaches into WWE, or in my generation, Bob Loose Wrestling, characters. And, of course, the university. I've said this forever. People tell me how important the player is to North Carolina. Let's take North Carolina, for example. A big brand. You can take any school and do the same thing. I'll never forget being at the NCAA Final Four in Arizona. It was a year after Tyler Hansbrough left. Tyler Hansbrough was a National Player of the Year, hated or loved, depending. Walked around Arizona Final Four, Glendale, and there was a ton of North Carolina Hansbrough shirts. Hansbrough had been a first-round pick of the Pacers, and he had been sent back and forth for the most part to Fort Wayne. I never saw a Hansbrough jersey in Fort Wayne. I did with the Pacers a little bit. The name on the front matters. The brand matters. The brand you go to establishes, in many parts, the baseline of your brand. Go to Ball State, you're here. Go to Indiana, you're here. Go to Purdue, you're here. Go to Indiana, you're here. You get the point. Historic rivalries. Why do you think Duke, North Carolina, both games have been on ESPN since the turn of the century? It's a great rivalry. Sure, there were other games, particularly this year as North Carolina struggled. Those games sell. I always went back to this. You know, it was only on ESPN at the time, and the rating for that game was always the biggest and the best. But did you know that the Pro Bowl, now this is 5-7 years ago before the Pro Bowl became a mess, Pro Bowl did 3 times the number, at least in the one that I saw off Nielsen, than the highest rated college basketball game. But still, we love it. And when you move it to the network, rivalries matter big time. Student game day fan atmosphere. I've said this forever. I like Maui. That's great. All those tournaments are great, but they should be played on home courts. Indiana and Kentucky should play every year. Once in Lexington, the next year in Bloomington. It should be automatic for teams like that. Louisville and Kentucky play every year. God bless them. Rivalries matter. Things should happen. And not on neutral courts. They should be played on a team's home court or in the area. I'll give you an example. Back in the day, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisville, Notre Dame, Big Four Classic in the Dome. Every team got the same allotment. Sold it out every year. It was in Indy. It was massive. It was Final Four-ish. And it was regional, so everybody could come. Closest I've seen to a home court. Sense of community pride in your school's team. Look, it doesn't matter if it's Indiana where it's historic forever. And people buy tickets and can't wait to move down, give more money to move into better seats, or it's Bowling Green. When we won, we had tailgates. The Kegs and Eggs crew were out there drinking beers, cooking eggs, sold it out because we won. People get pride in winning. That's why nobody comes when you lose because, hey, who the hell wants to support a loser? No. There's your reasons right there. Here's the reasons people don't like the NBA. You ready? Load management. Load management, meaning players don't even want to play. The constant bitching, whining, and moaning about keeping myself fresh, or we've got to lessen the schedule. I got 2 words for you. Shut up. Shut up. 11 games into the season 3 years ago, whatever it was, LeBron James was coming to Indianapolis. Now, it was a rivalry then. I believe, maybe he was with Miami. I think he was with Miami. They played in the Eastern Conference Finals. He says, I'm not playing load management. What? Talking about 11 games in, that's not even half a high school season anymore. What are you talking about? Well, that's what they do, and we don't like it. Lack of hustle, passion, particularly on defense. Look, I don't know whether that's 100% true, but I will say this. It looks like it on TV. No, it really does. I mean, I've only seen one time where in recent, I go to games about 4 or 5 a year, go to playoff games, that kind of thing. I've only seen one time in recent years where I've been completely disgusted by the lack of fight on defense by an NBA team. It happened in the Denver Nuggets Pacer game where a kid named Christian Braun just absolutely abused Tyrese Halliburton in the post, and there was no help and there was no caring. And I'm sitting there like it's in the third quarter. And that big old Jokic kept throwing it to Braun. And I'm like, well, why am I messing around with this? Let me get the hell out of there. Super teams. I personally don't mind super teams because I like seeing teams try to beat super teams. And I like dynasties, but this one felt wrong. It feels wrong. I don't even know why, I tell you the truth. Like if you told me all of a sudden LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh are coming to Indy, I don't think it would feel wrong. I think it'd feel great. but it just felt wrong for whatever the reason. Oh, man, unpopular political opinions and agendas. We all got tired of it. You know, you can push us, and it doesn't matter white, black, whatever it is. You can push us so far with political opinions, and then we get tired, unless you're a political show, unless you're a politician. Even then, we get tired. But when you put BLM on the court and you constantly push a political agenda, and don't tell me it's because it's about African Americans. That's not true. You can push any political opinion. We got tired of Tim Tebow. And we did. Now, Tim Tebow's back, but so is LeBron James. Look, we got tired of the kneeling. We got tired of Christianity thrown in our face. So did the NFL, and nobody wanted the guy. We just do. You know, you can point to Kaepernick, you can point to the NBA, and you can point to Tebow. It's all the same. Just give it to us if you want in doses. But we can't take too much. Over-the-top activism. Yeah, you know what? Here's the deal. It used to be that guys stayed in college 3 or 4 years, mostly 4. So we actually, as a group, respected the fact that, well, this guy's a social activist, and he's at least college educated. Now these guys don't even worry about going to college, but a year. Maybe go to the G. I don't want to hear it. Educated folks don't want to hear it. Look, again, it goes back to something. It goes back to don't throw so many political opinions at us that we get tired of it. And again, it's like anything else. It's like dating. Sometimes the guy is so attentive to the girl that she does what? Gets tired of him. The girl is so attentive to the guy that he pushes her away, figuratively, of course. Hey, you get tired of too much sometimes. It's just the way we're built. Doesn't make us good, doesn't make us bad, doesn't make us happy, doesn't make us sad. It's just the way we're built. I tell you something else, and I don't think this is a problem in the NFL. Not yet. It's happening. Puka Nacua is a wide receiver and a star wide receiver for the Rams. He hinted that he is already thinking about retirement. It's in his mind, claiming that he aims to step away from the NFL by the age of 30 to maximize the time he gets to spend with his family while still in good health. Does the NFL have a growing problem of early retirement? Now, there are those that would say this. I've had guys tell me this. If retirement is in your mind and you're trying to play in the NFL, you've already retired. Yeah, I ain't buying that. But if you're going to be asked a question, sometimes it's best not to ask it honestly. I mean, I get it. I'm with him, actually. Hell, if I made generational money by 30, I got to make damn sure I love the sport that I'm playing. And loving the sport that you're playing at 30 is different than being a wide-eyed kid coming into a locker room and trying to make your way. And you know what? The feeling of scoring a touchdown and people cheering. Again, what's too much? Maybe you do that, and by the time you're 30, you kind of take it for granted. I get that. But it's probably best not to say that. I know I want to retire at age 30. I'm 23 right now, going into year 3. It wouldn't even be 10 years. It'd be maybe 7 or 8. I think of Aaron Donald to go out on top. I think that would be super cool. I agree with that. I want to be able to be part of their lives, my family, and be active as I can with them. The injuries are something you can't control. It's part of the game. You never know. I agree with all that. I mean, look, if you don't agree with all that, then good. But I agree with all that. Why wouldn't I? Hopefully the rest of the career can go healthy. But you have shoulder surgery. You have knee surgery. You have ankle. By the time my kids could be 18, I could barely be walking. If you played a game and sustained all those injuries, stuff like that, but I want to retire early. Hey, I don't blame you. Seriously, I don't. I mean, I don't blame anybody. In this day and age of if you're going to give guys so much damn money so early in their career, don't be surprised when they say, yo, I don't need this. Notable stars who have opted out early. Andrew Luck, Pat McAfee, Luke Kuechly. I would add that Borland kid, Patrick Willis, Aaron Donald, Ali Marpet. That's right. The Luck one hurt, the Donald one hurt, although Donald felt like he was around a longer time. He did. Kuechly was interesting. I swear it felt like he was around. Pat Borland was a stud linebacker. He retired early as well. Patrick Willis, I remember seeing Patrick Willis at ESPN, and he was ripped. I'm like, whoa, 2 things hit me. Man, I would never want to be hit by him. He was doing a hit in the hallway, and he had like a sport coat on. Whew. And the second thing was, wow, If he's worried about injury, as ripped as he is, this league, this team, this sport is tough. I mean, really tough. And anybody that knows me knows I have the utmost respect for NFL players because they're tough. NBA basketball players, not so much. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. All right, here we go. We yelling, free him. As former UFC star and two-time heavyweight champ, Cain Velasquez has been sentenced to 5 years for attempted murder after he shot at an alleged daycare employee who Velasquez claims molested his son on numerous occasions, igniting discourse across the nation and on our justice system. This is interesting. Velasquez faced 10 felony charges stemming from a 2022 incident in which he engaged in an 11-mile high-speed chase with Harry Gutierrez, who is accused of molesting Velasquez's then 4-year-old son on multiple occasions. Velasquez fired several shots through the windshield with a .40 caliber handgun. During the chase, he fired into a car carrying Galarte's mom, Galarte's stepfather, Paul Bender. Oof. Man, this is the age-old question, isn't it? What would you do? What's too far if you found out someone hurting your son, particularly hurting your son that way? I got to tell you, I don't know what's true. I do not know what's true. All right? And I know a court of law convicted him. So I don't know. I don't know. There's always two sides. But I got to tell you, I'd be hard on a jury. If it was proven that the guy molested the kid's son, it would be hard for me to convict. That's just me. That may not be you, but that's just me. What I did was not correct. I understand that I paid, and I'll pay whatever else as far as what I have done to pay back all that back. I don't think I can pay that back, but I can always learn from my mistakes and help others. It's just information that you never know anybody. Boy, is that true. Trust your kids. Have that open communication with your kids. By the way, but the way that I handle things was not in the way to do it. We cannot put the law in our own hands. I don't know, man. I don't know, and I mean that sincerely. I legitimately don't know. A lot of people say it, I will kill you. Well, all right. And people get all worked up about that. I will kill you. Well, but when somebody molests your kid at that any age, actually, it doesn't even matter that age, you might. I can't put myself in that mind frame. And I hope I never have to. So good for him, I guess, saying that what he did wasn't right. I don't know, man. I honestly don't. I'm just being a mea culpa here. I don't know. The rage would be something insane. Today's results are bittersweet. We had hoped Mr. Velasquez would remain out of jail. However, the facts remain clear. Cain Velasquez is a good man, a devoted father, respected member of the community. What he and his family have endured has been nothing short of a living nightmare. Boy, is that true. One they did not deserve. Through it all, Cain has showed courage and strength of character. He has taken responsibility for his actions and has been held accountable. Again, I don't know, man. Usually I have an opinion on things, but that's a hard one to put yourself in Cain Velasquez's shoes. I get it after the fact. You probably look back and you got, I don't know. But you go, all right, that wasn't the right thing to do as you're sitting in a jail cell. But boy, oh boy, the emotions that would come. I hope I never have. I hope I never have it. Hey, Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers always one to toot his own horn. And we respect that. We are into self-gratification. No, wait, self-gratification. Oh, self-promotion. Did I say that? Oh, stop. Anyway, he made a delusional claim about his coaching legacy and how he deserves credit for losing and not getting swept. Rivers' teams have blown 3-1 leads in playoff series not once but 3 times since he began his coaching career in '99. The first dagger came in 2003. When he was the head coach of the Orlando Magic, he suffered the same fate with the Clippers in 2015 and 2020 as well. Given his record with 3-1 series lead, and it's historic for all the wrong reasons, he thinks he should actually deserve credit for the wins he picked up during those seasons, despite losing 3-1. No one tells the real story, Rivers said, and I'm fine with that. No, you're not. No, if you're fine with it, it's over. I'm fine with it. Tell your story. Make your move. It's unfair in some ways. I don't get enough credit for getting the 3 wins. You're right. I get credit for losing. I always say, what if we had lost to Houston in 6? No one cares. One of the things that I'm proud of is we've never been swept. All right. All the coaches have been swept in the playoffs. My team's achieved. A lot of them overachieve, and I'm very proud of that. It is what it is. Part of my legacy. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like Indiana fans. Well, we beat Purdue. Yeah. I mean, how do you answer that? I mean, look, to get up 3-1 in a series is a pretty good accomplishment. But let me go the other way on this. Name me the players that got swept. Name me the players that missed free throws that got, I'm sorry, not swept, that these teams came back from 3-1. Name me those guys. Who are the players that missed jump shots? Who are the players that didn't block out? Who are the players that didn't run back on defense? Who are the players that took a night off when they were up 3-1? No one ever talks about the players on those teams. No one ever discusses that. It's always the coach. And for that, I think Rivers doesn't deserve credit. He's not the only one in this boat. Now, I understand the only one. Do you ever know what's LeBron James's all-time record? Anybody know? Can you go to Google and Google LeBron James' all-time record as a basketball player in the NBA? No, but you can certainly do it for Doc Rivers. I thought this was fascinating. When Pete Rose died, I did not know this. Pete Rose had more wins than anybody ever in team sports. Of course, it makes sense. He plays 162 games. No other team sports in our country plays that many games, and he played for 100 years. It makes sense. But we never have the players' record. Now, that, I think, would be fascinating. Hey, man, some rookie, you played in this game, you're 0-1. Wait, I only played a minute. Well, you're 0-1. What do you want me to tell you? Then don't play. Don't take the check. I think that would be fascinating. We always go to the coach. All right, massive news in the world of women's athletics. Women's athletics, who are a global governing body for track and field. It's called Women's Athletics. That's the governing body. They've announced they will start performing biological sex tests. What? For female athletes, cheek swab, dry blood test, a measure they deem will help them figure out and keep males from competing against males or females. Now we're getting somewhere. It used to be there was, and I'm going back, this goes back to the 70s, when, man, oh man, there were some big cats coming out of East Germany swimming for the women. They didn't look like women, but they swam against women. And then all of a sudden, the U.S. and the International Olympic Committees put in the most stringent testing ever. I mean, ever. Like, hey, you ain't fooling us, people. Well, guess what? They relaxed. The countries relaxed. Everybody relaxed. And Donald Trump came in and said, nay, Nanook. And I guarantee you there is somewhere a loss of funding for the Olympics behind this. Because all of a sudden, here we go. We don't want no dudes in our thing. Let's hear from them. Here we go. Let's hear from them.
Clearance testing will be for athletes to be able to compete in the female category. The process is very straightforward, frankly, very clear, and it's an important one.
So are these swab tests?
Well, yeah, the swab test. I mean, we've had the working group and our medical teams have been looking at that. But look, that is largely the two determinants here are. Firstly, finding the right provider, because we are a global sport, so you do need to find a provider with the capacity, the scale and capacity to be able to do that. And cheek swab or the dry blood test. But yeah, it'll be it's along the lines of something that will be administered once in the career of an athlete, a female athlete.
Why do you think it's so important to do it? And also, are the DSD parameters changing as well?
It's important to do it because it maintains everything that we've been talking about, and particularly recently, about not just talking about the integrity of female women's sport, but actually guaranteeing it. And this, we feel, is a really important way of providing confidence and maintaining that absolute focus on the integrity of competition.
There you go. There you go. Well, is that new? Are we just figuring this out? Well, you know what? I'm looking at this, and all of a sudden, yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the numbers, and women have, they're at a disadvantage against men. You're just figuring this out? No. I'm going to tell you. I guarantee you there's something behind the scenes that made this guy get up in front of the world and make this statement. And that state is always money. I don't care. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't care. Now, Democrats in the United States are trying to scare people into believing that banning males from women's sports means invasive genital inspections. Really? For female athletes. The IAAF made it very clear. That's not the case. I mean, it's very, very clear. This is what we're doing. See, they always try to scare you, right? They're trying to extinguish trans women. No, they're not. Just trying to keep sports, which everybody tells me is not why women became transgender or men became transgender, just trying to keep sports fair. It's that simple. For some reason, there are politicians in the United States that believe that males who want to identify as girls and women should be granted an opportunity to compete against girls and women, despite science. And American vote is clearly showing America does not, and that does not make any logical sense. Well, of course not. I'll give you something else. I don't know where this is going to go, but there's a lot of money to be made as a female athlete. A lot of money to be made as a female athlete. And you know what? You do it in sports, all of a sudden you can't do it. Why? Well, you can't do it because some dude is racing against you. I mean, have you seen some of these track meets where dudes are running like in Oregon and the guy's running a 400, he's damn near 100 meters in front of the person that comes in second, and these idiots are trying to tell us there's no advantage? It is what it is. It's just so dumb. Speaking of dumb, this is what these guys wrote. The dumbest chick in the United States government. I like the word chick. I've always liked the word chick. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not sure I've ever said it of my own volition. Hey, that chick, yeah, I have, I think. Hey, man, that chick over there is pretty hot. I think I have. Did you know people call Jasmine Crockett a hood rat? She's not. She's like been to the most prestigious schools. She just got to act a certain way. Like I told you, like Stephen A. Smith, got to be down. It's like that racially confused white dude who doesn't know how to speak. He thinks he's Eminem. We see it all the time. People get racially confused. This girl, Jasmine, I think is her name, Crockett, man, she went to better schools than anybody you know. She took her antics to a new low recently, and that's hard for her. Because shorty get low, referring to friend of the show and Texas Governor Greg Abbott as Governor Hot Wheels. Governor Abbott, listen to this, has been paralyzed from the waist down since he was crushed in a falling oak tree dating back to when he was 26 years old. Oh, by the way, that's years and years and years ago. And this DEI jackass will face no backlash. Hell, I'll face more backlash for not going in a pool with a woman that wasn't my wife than this idiot DEI hire will face. Why? Because she's African-American and a woman. Let's not sugarcoat it. If this was a white dude, I don't care what party, particularly a Republican white dude, she would be being crushed in the national legacy media. But she's not. Why? Because everybody's oh, my God, racism. Oh, you're racist. No, I'm not. No, not even a little bit. But I do believe in saying how it is. I do believe in treating everybody, black, white, woman, man, with respect enough to treat everybody the same. If this woman was a white dude, the national media, legacy media would be killing him. But since it's African-American woman, y'all, well, I ain't doing that. You kidding me? Anyway, here's this idiot on Governor Abbott.
because we in these hot-ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot-ass mess, honey. So yes.
Man.
Yes.
Man, is this amazing? Woman can't even speak, but she can. And that's the funny part of it. She's been educated better than 98% of people, but she's got to act. And I hope the Democratic Party keeps putting her in front because she's an idiot. But it's just sad that she's allowed to get away with this. Actually, it's sad that this is the way she thinks, making fun of paralyzed people. You know, I heard the left go all crazy when Donald Trump did whatever he did, mocking somebody on stage. And hell, clearly that was idiotic and wrong, and many of us called it that. But you won't hear anybody do that because they're scared. Strong black woman. Oh, screw that. She's just a person like the rest of us, and she's a jackass, an asshole, and should be kicked out of whatever the hell she's in immediately. But they're going to continue to put her in front of us, thinking that this kind of speech, this kind of stupid, this kind of fake stupid, because she's very bright, is what the Democrats want, what is going to rally the Democratic Party. I don't know a single person that thinks she's anything but a jackass. Black, white, Democrat, Republican. I have a couple African-American friends that I send this to. And I know that Dakich is trying. I'm not trying to be nothing. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm like, come on. And they're like, she's an idiot. And they'll send me stuff. Come on, he's an idiot. That's how normal people feel. Anyway, here's Crockett talking about Ted Cruz need to be knocked over the head. Jesus.
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. You know, I think, and I love Colin, and I think towards the end he started to punch a little harder. But, like, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard, right? Like, there is no niceties with him, like, at all. Like, you go clean off on him, right?
Yeah, okay. I mean, let's hear more from this idiot. Jasmine wants to see Elon Musk taken down. Oh, shut up. Oh, just shut up. Here, take him down.
On March 29th, it's my birthday. Jasmine. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes. Listen, I have learned as
Yes, some little girl with a big mouth that media are afraid of, who has absolutely no influence on anything other than a barber, a hairstylist, whatever the hell she uses. Yes, take down Elon Musk. Good luck with that. Hey, what do you got? Look at the new Sack Up T-shirts. Hey, I thought I was getting some of those. Why don't we get selling those? Where you go. You go to Sack Up. You go to shop.outkick.com. There they are. I mean, sack the living hell up or go the hell away. I mean, can you imagine this idiot, this Crockett lady? And I know people are going to say, oh, man, she's speaking. No, she's not. She's not speaking to anybody with a fifth grade education's language. And again, it's all fake. There's nothing real about this. It's kind of disgusting that we're so stupid. We're so easily led that is what became the face of the party. Now, Buttigieg is trying like hell. Piss Pot Pete, 20 pounds of swinging meat. He's trying. That's what we always call guys named Pete in our neighborhood. Piss Pot Pete, 20 pounds of swinging meat. What's going on? That's my buddy Pete Curran and others. Every time I hear it, I got to say it. Hey, do with it what you would like. But anyway, now they're trying to put Buttigieg out there. This is all a test run. And if you notice, they put their worst candidates out early. It's like punching yourself out. I don't know if you remember Muhammad Ali woke-a-dope. Muhammad Ali woke-a-dope. You know what? George Foreman punched himself out. And then Ali took over and won in a major upset over the, rest in peace, George Foreman, over the greatest fighter in the country, the most feared fighter in the world, George Foreman. Ali went to the rope. That's what they're doing right now. They're letting Crockett and Buttigieg punch themselves out, so that we don't have to deal, and they don't, as Democrats, have to deal with him anymore. But can you imagine listening to this idiot for 4 years talk this kind of stupid? No, it'd be hard.